Welcome to Maybe Movies, the alien-free audio files. This is the audio edition of our YouTube series, where we take characters from different movies and swap them into each other's worlds and see what breaks and what works. If you're wondering where the inflatable alien is, well, Trent's been banned from the podcast version for excessive thought bubbles and sausage talk. For full visuals and chaos, visit us at youtube.com/@Xadrum or grab our books at Xadrum.com. Now, let's swap some movies!
Maybe movies.
Oh, hello.
Hi, sorry, I'm over here.
Yes, he's over there, I'm over here. We've not had a falling out or anything, it's just the way it is.
It's just convenient.
Yes. What are we doing?
I think we're doing something we haven't done for a few months now.
We are doing something we haven't done for a few months now. Sorry, that's probably why we're a bit slow to start.
Oh, yes. Don't imagine there was a glitch in your video stream. That was us just going, huh?
Exactly. Hello, my name is Max.
Oh, and my name is Sam.
And welcome back to Maybe Movies, your one-stop shop for movie character wife swap.
Indeed.
And we are here to make you go a little cross-eyed.
As one of our commenters politely informed us, these episodes so politely manage.
Yes, Yellow Blam, I think it was. Thank you, Yellow Blam, for that wonderful comment.
Glad to discombobulate your day.
Yes, but before we get to that...
Oh!
There is just one small business.
The poll.
Yes. So, if you were with us, then you'll know that we were doing a mashup, a Valentine's mashup of A Life Less Ordinary and Bedazzled, which became A Life Less Bedazzled. We ran the poll in all of our usual places. We were divided. You said no, I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
We had a total of 6 votes.
Okay.
Although technically we had a total of 7, but somebody naughty voted twice.
Oh, cheeky. Cheeky.
Yes.
We are the cheeky girl. No. I'm not going there. I'm not. Not really.
It's too late. You're already there, man. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. 6 votes in total to add to R2. And it was close by 5-3.
Okay.
A Life Less Bedazzled is a Valentine's happy ending.
Oh, well, look at that. Don't we all love a happy ending?
So, take that, Elsa. Thank you again, as always, to everybody who voted. The winner will be here with a fanfare. And, of course, please do check out what we're going to be doing this month. And after our second episode, because there will be 2, then we'll be running the poll again. This time it'll be to decide which of the films that we create should be our maybe movie. And this one is a bit of an interesting one.
It is an interesting one. You know what? I think we should talk about the background to this discussion.
Yes.
What we were discussing the other day. Because Max raised a very relevant point that, there is really quite a big difference between the first Mad Max film and The Road Warrior. Now, at the time when he mentioned this, I hadn't yet seen The Road Warrior.
I know.
But he was unsure if we should stick to the first iteration of both of these franchises, if we're going to call Children of Men a franchise, and go with that. But my thought was, well, Mad Max is a great movie, but most of its actual action happens in the last 20 to 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. It happens very quickly, very abruptly, and it ends quite quickly and quite abruptly. Whereas, when you compare these two, these are both significant road journeys.
They are, yes.
That involve doubling back on themselves at least once.
There are some other similarities in here as well, when you break it down, which I think we can have a play around with. They've both lost children.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. I almost said it a few seconds ago.
Yeah. There's also as well an interesting thing, because you kind of overlook it, going back to the first Mad Max. Because obviously their boy dies, but his wife's still alive. He leaves her in the hospital. She's in a horrible, horrible state. He's probably going to lose limbs, but she's still alive when he goes off and looks for them.
You know, that's an interesting point. I have to admit, I'd always assumed that the implication was, as much as the doctors had done, she was going to die. And that he knew it, and they knew it, and they had told him. But that is just my interpretation.
I always just consider, because I always know that she is still alive when he leaves. You're probably right. Yeah, so there are similarities between these two characters, which kind of brings me on to the other point why this pairing is quite a bit different. So we normally make these up ourselves. A couple of times in the past we've had suggestions from friends or from viewers. This is the first one that we've done that's actually a suggestion by the evil machine god. I was doing some work on ChatGPT about marketing stuff to do with the channel, and it just threw this out as a possible show to do.
So, as you can see, we've got slightly controversial reasons for doing this, but I think we are right in choosing Mad Max 2, yes, not Mad Max 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Going into pre-production, as we do.
Yes.
I'm assuming we are just swapping our heroes.
I think we kind of have to, because they are loners who come out of the wasteland of the future, and get involved in a thing. And if they come with pre-baggage like Copter Man...
A quick fella might have a weapon under there. I'd have to pin his head to the panel.
Or Miriam.
I was 31, midwife at the John Radcliffe. I was doing a stint in the antenatal clinic.
Or someone like that. I feel like that would dilute what we're trying to achieve here.
Absolutely. Again, because it wouldn't really kind of work as well. Even if allowing for the fact that his wife survives in the first one, she's not going to be in any kind of physical shape to replace Julianne Moore in Children of Men.
Yes.
So it wouldn't work. That makes sense. And I'm sure when we actually get to doing the specific ones, we can decide why they are where they are.
I mean... There's a small argument to say that we could resurrect Mad Max's wife, but we would only be doing it just so we could precisely imitate the plot of Children of Men.
Which means we might as well use Julianne Moore.
Yes, so I don't think we should do that.
No. In terms of acts, very, very quickly. So for Mad Max, I had... It's either the first time we get to see Lord Hugemongus.
Greetings from the Hugemongus, the Lord Hugemongus, the warrior of the wasteland.
Which is about half an hour in, or it's 5 minutes later when he gives his ultimatum.
I think it should be Hugemongus Returns, because that's the first time we see the threat.
Yes.
It's the rise in action. Max has gotten into the compound. He's lost his contact because of death, but... Lord Hugemongus is out there, now he's trapped in there with them. It's rising action, it's a change of circumstance. I think that's right.
And then for the end of Act 2, I just put down Busted, which is when he gets run off the road while he's trying to get away, which is at about an hour and 8 minutes in, and the whole film's only an hour and 35, so it leaves about 20 minutes for the third act.
Yes, I think I agree, because my notes are booby trap - alive.
Yes.
So that appears to be exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
Fantastic. What did you have for Children of Men?
Troublesome. It does not follow the standard 3-act structure.
No.
But I tried my best. Honestly, I had the first act ending when Luke kills the 2 policemen that pulled them over.
That's kind of right in the middle of where I had it, because again, I called 2. It's either where they're out in the woods where they're burying Julian.
The funeral, which is, I called that at the beginning of Act 2.
You called that the beginning of Act 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
The end of Act 1 is them shooting the police.
Yes, and
the
that's
beginning
the
of
beginning
Act
of
2
Act 2.
is them burying...
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of in the same place, because the other one I would have been was the reveal of Prego.
Jesus Christ, she's pregnant. Now you know what's at stake.
But, you know, I mean, it could have been. We could have had a really long first act. But it felt like all the circumstances had changed. Basically, once the police got killed, like, all bets were off.
Exactly.
We're in a different world now. We have passed the threshold.
Yes, agreed.
Act 3. I had the end of Act 2 being when Sid turns up again and realises there's a baby and takes them hostage.
That's about the same place where I called it. I called it just before... Well, I called the end of Act 2 was her giving birth.
Were her giving birth?
Which is
literally
right.
Just the first bit before that.
Yeah, because it then goes to the next
gives
morning.
Birth and then the next morning Sid turns up.
So yeah.
So that's cool. That is great. That's great. It's nice when we're
insane.
Not fighting each other for this, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those tiny little details we like to get right, but it does slow things down.
Might as well do this before we get started. So I had for the main cast for Mad Max was, of course, Max, Hugemongus, Copter Man, Feral Kid, and Wes. And unfortunately, I just couldn't pick up his name. Mohawk Dude.
And his twink.
And his twink, yes.
I never picked up his name either.
With those chaps as well.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh dear, it was fine in 1981.
Whereas on Children of Men, we have Theo, Jasper, Julia, or Jules, whichever you prefer.
I actually think it's Julian.
Is it Julian?
I think her name is Julian.
Because it sounds like, literally at different points in the movie, it sounds like a slightly different name each time.
It does. Yeah.
Like there's a series of nicknames or something.
Yeah. I think he calls her Jules, but I think her full name is...
He calls her Jules,
yeah.
But other people seem to call her Julia, but at other points they seem to call her Julienne. I've got 2 names written down there, and I gave up after that.
I think I did double check it on IMDb, and I think it is Julian. Yes, Miriam, wasn't it, as well?
Miriam is the midwife.
Yeah.
Nigel, who's Nigel? No, Nigel's the guy he gets the transport papers from. Key, of course, is the girl who's pregnant.
Yes.
And then we have Luke, which is Jitwil Lediofor, whose name I can never pronounce properly.
Yes.
Then we have Sid, he's Mother Superior from Trainspotting. He's the guy that, you're a fascist pig.
I've only seen Trainspotting like twice. That was
He was Mother Superior. Do you remember the one they went to when they got all their hair?
Vaguely, because the guy with the blonde hair is
He
Charlie.
had the black leather vest on and stuff like that.
Vaguely, but I know who that is, because if it's the guy with the blonde hair you're talking about, that's Charlie Hunnam.
No, that's not Charlie Hunnam.
Okay, so
Charlie Hunnam had nothing to do with Trainspotting.
Just the guy with the blonde hair who keeps turning up, that's Charlie Hunnam, who's from Sons of Anarchy.
What, Dread Guy?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I didn't realise that was Charlie Hunnam.
I didn't. Just because I saw his name on the thing, I was like, oh shit.
So, yeah, Sid was Mother Superior from Trainspotting. And then we had Marika, who's the gypsy lady who guides them through the camp.
Yes. Yeah.
Those are all of the main characters.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I know who you mean now.
We are agreed it's a straight swap.
Yes.
It's Theo for Max.
Yes. In terms of names then for these, one of them is nice and easy. Children of Men becomes Children of Max.
Oh, that's a good one. That is really good. I like it.
How good?
That good.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Yeah,
nice early start.
That is really good.
The other one I couldn't quite decide because I want to try and keep it within the style of Mad Max. But I couldn't find a good synonym for mad that begins with a T. So the nearest one I could find was something like Frantic Theo? Or something like that. I don't know. Or...
Oh. Why is that so hard? Why is it not Mad Men?
Of course. See, this is what comes. Something that's come up a couple of times with the new job is I kind of overthink things too much.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Which one are we going to do first?
I think Mad Men. I think it's an easier plot to get into.
It is simpler because Children of Max, it's a bit like the American Psycho. It's one of those ones that crosses multiple genre boundaries. It's going to take a bit more work.
Yes, and it's also one of those ones where you're going to need to put, I think, a caps on a bit more with regards to why is Max in England. Theo, I can see, after the death of his son and all that kind of thing, being stuck in somewhere like England with all the smog and stuff that may have exacerbated the flu-like virus because of just bad air. But he needs a change of scene and has ended up in Australia. So I think there's an easier in to put him in that situation than there is as to why Max is in England.
Yeah, sorry. Now I'm going too deep and thinking about it too hard.
Are we ready to begin?
My brain is just doing weird things to the titles. Yeah, I think we should begin.
Cool. So we are under normal Maybe Movies rules. So we are trying to follow the plot of the original film as much as we can, except with a different protagonist. We do have one Because movie that we can call on at any time to change something fundamental about the film to keep it running. Otherwise, we have to think our way out. If it breaks, it breaks.
Right. Just one thought I'm going to have that might make it slightly easier for us. Maybe he came to Australia because his parents moved there or something weird, like after everything broke down with Julia or whoever. We talk about maybe his family is in Australia and that's why he moved.
Yes, take it. It's a good one.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
no, that's good. That tightens it up nicely. Yeah. Which is nice because we can then include that as part of our exposition dump at the start of the film.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to point out earlier on. Both of these films have heavy beginnings, prologues, and almost epilogues to both of them.
Yeah, exactly. We do also get... Yeah, so there's an interesting thing, and again, I don't know, we may be able to play it up in this from Children of Men. They do it a few times. He seems to have this affinity for animals. When he first gets to the farm, there's a pair of dogs, and they're kind of running around him. And the guy who meets him says, they never like anybody. And then a couple of scenes later, when they're having the big round the table discussion, there's like a couple of cats around his feet.
The cat's clawing at his leg.
Yeah,
yes,
he
of
always
course.
seems to have this animals.
Oh, that's... Oh, go on. Go on, take it. That's a really good call.
So there's something we can play with there. The other thing I think we need to do, so certainly for the first act, and again if we can find a way of contriving it into what happens in the event of the first act, is that he needs to be in flip-flops. Because he spends most of the film in flip-flops.
Yes. Yeah, all right, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, I agree.
So are we going to give him the V8 Interceptor, or is he...
That's what I don't think we are, because, forgive me if you think I'm wrong, but I think Max is attached to his vehicle.
They are part and parcel of each other, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I feel like if Max is somewhere, then the V8 needs to be with him. I kind of like the idea of him, driving an old...
So like a people carrier, like they have in Children of Men.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah.
I was thinking of an old estate car, but that's even better.
We're talking 81. Again, it depends. Are we allowing the fact that the technology that would have been available at the time that the film was made to be an issue? Because
it was always meant to be in the future.
That's fine. We can hand wave
it. It was
like
never meant to be now. It was always meant to be the future.
So yeah, that works. So he's got this shitty people carrier. Let's do it properly. We start him in that chase at the start.
Of course.
He's just in his socks. He hasn't got any...
Not even... because he does. There's that whole bit where he's running around in the mud in his socks.
Yeah, so he's just driving in his socks. And obviously we get that initial crash when he gets out and he's looking at the truck.
Yeah.
And he finds a pair of flip-flops.
Before he picks up the music box.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing as well, wasn't it? The music box. Because I was looking at that thinking, is that something as well that we want to give to Max, to give to her when she's had the baby, to keep the baby quiet?
Oh. All right, okay, I see what you're saying, and it's interesting. But the problem is further down the line, we start to lose our connection between the feral kid
and
don't, Max.
Because I've just said it.
What?
He has this weird affinity with animals. He's the feral kid.
All right. Oh,
yeah, snarl.
I think I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah? Go on. Yeah.
All
right, yeah, okay. So we don't have the music box. The music box goes over to Children of Max. We must remember that.
Yes.
And then we get to the copter ambush with the sneaky sink.
Mm-hmm. Please tell me if you think I'm taking a bit too far with that. But again, similar kind of thing, because isn't this a weird affinity for animals? I don't think he's going to do the grab on the snake. I just think the snake's just not bothered by him.
All right, yep.
So when Copter Guy jumps up, it's because he's getting frustrated because the snake's not doing what it's supposed to do.
Of course it's not. Go and bite him! Bite him! Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like it.
The other thing that we need to consider here as well is obviously, generally speaking, Theo isn't armed. He doesn't tend to use guns or anything, does he?
No, he doesn't. It's not that he can't. I got the impression that he does know how to use weapons, but he's chosen not to.
Yeah. So how are we going to get him out of this situation? Because we haven't got the dog.
No, actually, the original movie did the job for us. Just because he's got a gun doesn't mean it's loaded.
Because it's the dog that saves him at that moment, isn't it? The dog.
Oh, right.
The dog distracts the copter pilot so he can get his gun out.
Yeah, oh, okay. All right, okay. We need to take a step out of the timeline here and talk about this for a second. I'm feeling like the dog should stick with Theo.
Okay, so we can keep that the same then.
I don't think the dog is going to add anything significant to the other story.
And he does have an important role in this.
Yes.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Okay,
Agreed. Because the only other thing that I could think of in the moment was, so we get this kind of impasse between him. He's got his gun up. Obviously the copter guy's got him with his crossbow or whatever. He turns and starts having a go at the snake because he's a bit crazy, and the snake goes for him. But no, keep the dog. That makes more sense. Turning the tables,
Gas on the road, and then ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. All day, all night. Which I think is going to go on rails, because obviously we're in a world where even Theo is going to need gas.
Yes.
So that's still like a primary motivator for him.
Absolutely.
Things aren't going to change until he gets into the camp. So I'm feeling like quite a bit of this, not all of it, but quite a bit of this is going to run on rails for us.
I think the only things that may be different are very slight and very almost cosmetic things. Like, I think there'll be more conversation between them. I don't think he's as stoic as Max is.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I say, relatively speaking.
So there'll be a chance for them to build up a bit more of a rapport, a bit more, I'm not saying a friendship, but they're certainly more comfortable in each other's presences.
Yeah, I mean, Max is basically, he's not always, but he quite often threatens to kill Copter Man.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like Theo is that guy. He's just like, if it gets that bad, he'll say shut up, but he won't be that guy to stick a gun in his face every 5 seconds.
No.
So, you're right. That will go differently, which I'm going to confidently assign to second draft. So, really, the next few scenes are going to go pretty much on rails.
As these tend to do in Act 1, yeah.
Until he tries to approach the camp. Because his tactics are going to be different from Max's. Do we do... Oh, no. Hang on a minute. Do we do it literally? Oh, no. Oh, no, it's after the other one's left. So it's the people that go out, they get caught. Mm-hmm. One of them gets killed, one of them gets tortured. And in the original movie, Max grabs one and takes him back to the camp.
That's what I'm thinking. Would he react sooner and try and help them?
I would definitely say he'd want to. Whether he would or not is up for debate.
So I think there's 2 ways that this could go then. We either say that he does, and he ropes Copter Man into helping him, rather than leaving him behind, or he tries to, and Copter Man talks him out of it.
I think they're both valid. It's trying to work out which one's best for the story we're telling here. See, Theo's not as tough as Max.
No.
I think that in the best interest of our plot and not breaking it, I think your second option, where Copter Man convinces him not to, is probably where we should go with that one then.
And in the time that they're having this discussion, the action that's happening on the road is so quick
it's
that
over.
It's over before they can actually do anything.
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, I think that's a great solution.
Yes, that does work, because again, I don't think Theo would be the kind of guy that would leave Copter Man up on the hill. But I think because he argued with him and he saw that woman got attacked, and obviously the other guy got stabbed, and he couldn't do anything, that's why he leaves him behind in disgust. Otherwise, I think he would take him with him.
Yeah, no, I think your idea is right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what I'm reading here and I'm going, no, there's nothing else that actually really works in terms of the plot we're constructing. So I think you're right. He leaves him in disgust.
Fantastic. Which then will bring us down to bringing the injured guy back to the camp. We had a deal.
He's dead. And that's the end of our act.
Yes. Hooray. Yeah, so he's dead, Jim. Offer, Fingers.
Yes, so all the stuff with Hugemongus returning back to the camp.
Yeah.
His offer of free passage.
I'm gravely disappointed. Again you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
It's the dead boyfriend and then announcer gets his fingers cut off when he tries to catch the
boomerang.
And then
they're having their arguments, aren't they, about what to do?
Exactly. And that's in the original version where Max gives the music box over to the Ferrell boy. Now,
we don't have the music box, so
what we don't have the music box. You were talking about...
Yeah, he has this natural affinity for animals, so that we play that up as in the Ferrell boy is just naturally predisposed towards him. But how do we show that?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I can see the beginning of the interaction. I mean, it depends. I mean, do we really want to play up the Ferrell part of Ferrell?
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
I suppose, I was just thinking, after Hugemongus and all of these guys have gone, Ferrell Boy runs up and picks up some of the fingers as a souvenir. He's keeping them for himself. And then when you get this exchange with Theo...
Like, offers it as a trophy or a prize or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's really good. We'll include that, but I think we need more.
Right. Maybe he tries to eat one of the fingers and Theo stops him.
Also really good. We're so close, we're like missing 2 tiny bits of connective tissue to make that whole bit work. I love the idea of him going to get the fingers and coming back with, and then giving him a trophy because he's the guy who came in the door.
Yeah.
With the dead dude. That makes sense. It's that next step. It's that connective bit between the next step and... Okay. All right. I might be being cheeky here, but maybe let's look into Theo's British roots.
Okay.
Maybe he has something in his pocket. I don't know. It could be shriveled up jelly babies. It could be jelly beans. It could be he takes the finger away and
gives him something in return. Yes. Yeah, I like it.
I don't know what it should be. I think it should be some sort of sweet. I genuinely think it should be some sort of sweet.
I was going to say, if you're going to do that, should it be something that belonged to his son?
Either belonged to his son or was beloved by his son.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Agree completely. Take it.
I think that's one each, man.
All right, okay.
Collaborative effort there,
I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
Because even though this kid is as far removed from what his boy was probably like, it's still going to pull at his heartstrings, isn't it?
He sees something. I mean, that's Theo's thing. Because, like, in the original film, as soon as he realises she's pregnant, he's so disinvolved all the way through it. And then as soon as he sees her pregnant belly...
all bets are off. He's focused on what he's doing. Yeah.
He's focused on what he's doing. And he is committed to the end, to the very end, as we know.
Yes, exactly.
So I feel like that would be... similar-ish moment, like I'm committing to showing you don't have to be...
don't have to be this feral.
You don't have to chew on fingers to get joy from life.
Exactly. Nicely put. So we quit, and this is where it's like, yeah, look, come and talk to me.
Yeah.
Delivery will be different, but the outcome will be the same. I've spotted a truck up on the road 2 days ago.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I mean, just, so we don't skim over these things. So are we saying that Theo knows how to drive a truck? And that's his argument about why he should be the one to do it? Because there's the discussion about where the truck is, and I don't know if you noticed, but then there's a discussion about who's going to drive the truck. And at one point, Wes says, I'll drive the truck. And Max looks at him and goes, yeah, you've never driven a truck. And I'm just wondering, is Theo qualified to drive a truck? Or is it simply he's relying on the fact that he knows where it is?
I think the latter.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think, again, this we're into Act 2. I think
if
we can
it's
differ on things.
Then it won't just be Theo leaving the camp. It will be at least one or two others to go with him to finish the job. And then we've got the whole logistic of how do you get more than two people on a copter, and we start to run into problems. I'm not saying it's wrong. I think you're right. In this version of things, he's a little too easygoing.
Yes.
They're too suspicious. It makes sense that they would send at least one person with him.
Agreed.
So, all right, let's stop there before we get more waddled down in the details and ask who is it they're going to send with him. Obviously, we're not going to send the engineer because he's on the straps.
Yes.
It could be the woman.
I think so.
Who never gets a name, by the way.
No,
she's not even listed in the credits.
Is she not?
No.
Oh, okay. Because she
was totally meant to be a romantic.
Yeah,
and
yet she's very much in the background until about 2/3 of the way through the film.
And then suddenly she dies.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just like, maybe we could give her a little bit more story.
Absolutely.
Because she also is one of the first people to step on top of him when he comes into the gates and go, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense that she would insist on being the one to take him out into the waste.
I agree, yes.
Cool,
it.
cool,
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, take it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Right, so the next bit is in the original one. That's when he sneaks out at night with his
with the jerry cans.
With the jerry cans, yeah.
And drops down with a short drop.
A short drop and a sudden stop.
And then the feral boy does his whoa 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 and
caw,
ticky.
Sorry, got to two completely different movies there.
And then we get to Copter Man. Do we want to do anything different with the whole journey out?
I think we can play this up a bit, and again, as you say, trying to give, we're just going to call it the woman.
The woman. Oh yes, I'm sorry, I immediately forgot the woman.
They're showing the jerry cans between them, but I still think it's how we want to play it. Either they both fall or one of them falls. But I think we get the guy comes up to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
She draws a knife, ready to stab him. Theo stops her, and then Feral Boy saves the both of them.
I want to say yes, but that's because Theo noticed the boy following them, so he knew he was out there.
Yeah.
There's like sycophantic thinking between the two of them.
Like
if we're going to do that feral boy animal man thing,
I only suggested it because
I only
suggested it because, as you said earlier, Theo is one of those people. He will do anything before resorting to violence.
Yeah, he does not want to kill people.
Yeah,
he really does not want to kill people.
Him stopping her was,
Yeah, no,
which also then potentially raises him in her estimation.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a nice little moment. One of the moments that was foreshadowed by the original Mad Max and never fulfilled upon.
Exactly.
So yes, why not? Let's do that. Let's get that moment in there.
And then they go and catch up to Gyrocopter Man?
Copter Man, yes. Now this is where it gets complicated because it's pretty clear that the copter can only carry two.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the deal? You've got the girl who doesn't trust Max, even though she's starting to trust him, but she doesn't fully trust him.
Yeah.
Feral Boy's gone, so we've got Copter Man, Max, and girl. It's the fox and the chicken puzzle.
Yeah.
How do we make that work where everybody agrees that it's going to happen? Because it is the fox and the chicken crossing the river. I mean, she could insist on going on alone, but then Theo can't drive the rig back. So how do we solve it? The quickest way to solve it would to have something happen that allows her to trust Theo enough to let him go. That would be the quickest way to do it. But how do we do that?
When they get back to the gyrocopter, because there's a couple of guys who are dead. That's it, of course, we don't need to.
What?
When they get back to the gyrocopter,
Uh-huh.
there's a couple of guys who are dead.
Uh-huh.
They arrive there on vehicles. They've got more than one vehicle, so they use their vehicle.
Okay.
So we can set up the whole thing. What I was going to suggest is they get back, say she goes to try and loot one of the bodies.
Yeah.
And Theo saves her because the body that she tries to loot, the snake is there.
That is, of course, yeah.
That was what I was going to say, but then I suddenly realised we don't need to because they must have arrived there, whether it's a bike or something. So they've got the gyrocopter and a bike to get back to the truck.
Can we say yes and both? He saves her, but they've already left the vehicles, so it cements their bond of trust.
Yeah.
And then he convinces her to follow them in one of the vehicles. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yay!
Fantastic. Phew. So before we go any further, I think maybe it's time to do that thing that we do as well and do a quick shout out.
Hey, a shout out. Hello out there, people.
Yes.
We're shouting.
Out.
We are.
This one is for an old friend who haven't done one for a long time. I'd actually sort of stopped popping up on my feed for a while and then sort of recently started chatting to him again. So this is for Christopher from what used to be Petrichor Studios, but for quite some time now he changed his channel to the Alien Boy Art.
Oh, right, okay.
So he used to do a lot of, I think he still does some stuff, like you posted up examples of his work. He's a digital artist, so he used to post up stuff, very kind of loose sort of tips, things like that, and just examples of his work. But recently he seems to be doing a lot of shorts, a lot of stuff around 2-3 minute comic book character profiles.
Oh, right. Oh, that's interesting.
So they keep popping up on my feed. I commented on a couple of them and he was like, oh, wow, great. Good to hear from you guys. Good to see you still going and everything. Yeah, so I haven't done a shout out for him for a while. But it's a great channel. Obviously, as always, there'll be links above and in the description below. Christopher, I hope you are keeping well in real life as well as on the platform. And good to see you still keeping your hand in. And as always, thank you for your support.
Indeed. Thanks for interacting with us, Chris. It's fantastic.
So we've got back to the truck, basically.
Yes. Dead goons right now. Yes, it's going to be a chase at this point. They get the rig going, but of course, some of the outriders around the encampment realise what's happening and ride out to meet him. So it's a big set piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might kind of run on rails.
So she's driving the truck?
No, he's driving the truck, isn't he? That's what we said.
Oh, I must admit, I thought she comes with him because he can't drive the truck.
No, she's there to escort him back.
Right, okay.
So she's in one of those dune buggy type vehicles.
So there's a version of this where we lose her.
Possibly, but we do lose her anyway.
We do, yeah.
So it depends how we want to do this. We could get her injured without killing her. We have that option. In fact, I'm going to say I'd like to do that because we can play it out later. When she does fall, it's a more emotional impact. It's a layer.
Yeah.
Like an onion, baby.
It certainly is. Okay, that sounds good.
Like maybe shot in the shoulder or the arm. Something that doesn't... she's been shot.
Her effectiveness, yeah. Does her presence make any change then to Hugemongus shooting the grill? Does she kind of try and interpose her vehicle?
Maybe that's how she gets shot. Like, Hugemongus is the guy with the 4 things, turns and gets a clear shot at the grill, and she swerves the dune buggy across the front of the grill. As they're firing, and gets one in the arm or something like that.
But that's cool because that kind of accelerates our timeline a little because there's some slightly less work to do on the truck.
Yeah, well, I wasn't necessarily saying that. I'm not saying I'm not. But she could have taken one of the bolts, but one of the bolts could have cracked the engine block.
Well, no, because it's him, isn't it? He's got that special pistol. He shoots the engine block. Hugemongus does.
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, the revolver.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was the dart thing. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Yes, manstopper rounds or whatever they're called these days. So I'm saying that one of the other, like, the guy who's got the 4 dart guns?
Yeah.
He fires at the front of the vehicle. She does the swerve, takes one of the bolts in the arm, but then she gets she skids around and she's out of the action for a moment. And that's when Hugemongus gets his shot on the engine block.
Okay, so we still get what happens next.
Because we need that jump of time.
So I think this is where we get to our next...
Running the gate. Oh, showdown, because a bunch of them ended up inside the encampment, including Mohawk guy, whose name I never learned.
Yep, so...
Do you think that's going to play the same?
Similar. I don't think Theo's going to be as involved in the fight. He's not a fighter.
If I remember rightly, it's mostly the actual settlers who do the sorting them out.
Agreed. I think that little sequence will pretty much play out the same. Because doesn't Max jump on the flamethrower?
I think so.
Because one of those guys gets shot.
Somebody jumped on the flamethrower and...
So I think I can see Theo doing that.
Yeah, totally. I agree. We get that bit. Everybody recovers, everybody's recuperating, people are scratching their wounds, Theo's trying to get his car sorted out. Now, in Mad Max, this is where Max goes, I'm out of here, I'm leaving.
I don't think Theo will, because he's,
so how does this
committed.
go?
Because he's committed.
Yeah, he's committed.
Sickos never scare me. At least they're committed.
What is he committed to? Because in Children of Men, he commits to the pregnant girl.
Yeah.
What is he committed to? Let's put that in the film. Let's make it obvious. Let's make it a thing. Is he committed to saving the people? Or is he committed to saving Lady? Or is he committed to saving the girl who goes with Copter Man? Is he just trying to give them a fair chance?
I think it's a combination of trying to give them a fair chance. If he's committed to anybody, it'll probably be to the Ferrell kid.
Okay, yeah, we could play with that.
As a father figure.
Right, so we'll have to bring that into the third act.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of already there anyway, so yeah, it works.
So this is going to change how we end Act 2, though.
Okay.
Because obviously the end of Act 2 would be where he drives off, gets run off the road.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about this bit. You see what I'm saying?
So
it's not that it's broken,
Yeah.
It's just that we've got a big gap in the story, and we need to either fill it or sew it shut. We can just ignore it. It would make our film shorter. We could just ignore it. But it turns an hour and 35-minute movie into an hour and 20-minute movie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think about this from the other way around. Instead of running away, maybe he's running towards. Maybe he thinks there's something out there that will help them.
See, I was going to say something like, they've got the rig, but they haven't got the right connections or something to hook the trailer up to it. Say that got left behind with the stuff, so he's going to have to go back for it. It's weak, but it's all I can think of at the moment.
It is a little bit weak, but unfortunately, it's also, if he gets blown out of his car, how is he going to get that connector back to the...
And also, if that were the case, they would just send Copter Man to go and get it, because he can get there a lot easier without being detected.
Maybe he thinks there's a secret weapon cache or some explosives. You know the bit at the end when they blow up the camp?
Yeah, I was thinking... no, because how would we do that? They've got off, they've got the truck, they had all of that action sequence. When they get back, in amongst that action sequence, Mohawk guy, because that his escape doesn't play out the same way, he kidnaps Feral Boy, so Theo goes out to go and rescue him.
Kind of the opposite of what I was thinking.
Which would then also cement that relationship between the two of them.
Well, I mean, there's always room to cement that relationship more, although I think we've already
Done
quite
enough,
well established it.
yeah.
I'm not saying we should, I'm not saying ignore that.
It's how we bring them all together.
Maybe we play into Feral Boy's little secret network of tunnels and make that a part of it. What's he going to get? He needs to go out to get something. What do they need? They don't need fuel.
Dog food.
Tires.
Oi, oi! You lucky people!
Oh,
hi, Tires.
The truck gets shot in the tires a lot.
Yeah.
And it never gets dealt with.
Yeah.
But we could make it like maybe one of the tires is fucked or two of the tires are fucked.
And back where they got the truck from, because there was the trailer there, it was fresh. Take it.
Ah, I win!
Yeah, that's awesome.
I win. There we go. And that's how it works. And that's why he's going out of the camp. And that's why all of this stuff happens.
Which leads us into losing the dog and everything as it happens in the film.
Unfortunately, yes.
But that also means before he goes back out, he's like, right, fine, fuck it, I'll go back out again. One of the guys comes up to him and just goes, have some shoes, mate.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing all of this in flip-flops.
Yeah. I forgot about the flip-flops.
Fantastic. That's the end of Act 2. Xadrum is more than just curious content on YouTube. We're also a small publishing house, with books covering a range of genres from 1940s pulp adventure to children's novels, and even a touch of the macabre for those who like their literature on the dark side. Our titles are available in both paperback and ebook formats. Ebooks are available on Amazon, but physical copies can only be bought exclusively through our website at xadrum.com. Jeff's got enough cash as it is, so why not help us little guys grow and thrive? Links can be found in our banner and in the description to all of our videos, and we look forward to helping you indulge your itch for escapism.
Alright.
Yes. We're down to Act 3.
Yeah, now, in a lot of ways, this is going to be pretty simple because it's basically one long action scene. It's going to run on rails to a certain degree.
Yes and no.
Uh-huh.
I just thought of something. Sorry, have you developed a cold since Act 2?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How could that have happened?
Who knows? Maybe time passed in an alternate dimension.
No, we're not there anymore.
No, we're not there. No,
we're not there.
No, let's stop talking about it. It might come back.
Yes, because we've kind of created a problem for ourselves.
Which is?
In making the end of Act 2 work,
yeah,
we gave him a reason to go out, because he's not leaving. He's gone out to get tyres.
Don't get me wrong, I don't mind having a chin wag with a honey, but I just like to do it after waggling on her chin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he never gets them because he gets run off the road.
Oh. Well, that is tricksy. I didn't think of that.
Also, I'd like to say as well, if I may, just very quickly jumping back into Act 2, because I don't know, I don't think Theo's devious enough to have the bomb underneath the car.
Right.
So I was going to suggest instead, and I've done it quite a lot in this, is playing up this thing he has with animals. He's trained the dog that if should anything like that happens, the dog goes and pushes the cigarette lighter in and then pulls the cigarette lighter out and drops it on the fuel to blow up the car.
That's so messed up. You know what? I like it. It's a low-tech solution.
Mm-hmm.
And it works in the world. And giving the dog a bit more to do is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go for it. Go for it, yeah.
That's a weird
But that doesn't solve our tyre problem.
It doesn't. There's another thing about that, but I'll save it till the end. Sorry. It's a small point.
Ooh, tyre problem.
So how about before he heads out, they've got this problem and they're looking at possible solution. And they've come up with two. One is either they have to go and get more tyres, as we've established.
Yeah.
Or they can brew a kind of like a gum to repair the tyres that they've got, but that's a backup option because it's going to take time for them to do that.
That was actually, I did give it brief consideration, that option. But actually, I'm going to play an Uno reverse card and go, all right, yes, about the having two alternatives, but maybe instead of making the gum, they've got tyres in the compound, but they don't fit the truck.
Right.
So we're going to have all these mismatched tyres. I'm imagining a truck that's going to move more like a caterpillar because of the mismatched tyres and shit.
Beautiful. Love it. Damn it, I was going to have... There was the engineer, obviously, on his hoisting thing going, all right, mate, go and kill the horses, we need to pour up some glue. Sorry. But yes, that's brilliant. Because, yeah, like, still the thing that I thought that either of those would work is to give that just a little bit of extra passage of time while Theo's kind of getting back on his feet.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have a banana.
But as you say, this bit is really quick anyway.
It is, because from this point it's going to start going forward. Because we've now got to the point where they have transport, they put together their plan.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Theo's going to have his own version of things that he's going to comment on the plan.
Yes. Again, because we're not going to get that why the change of heart. It's just, because he's kind of committed, as we said, to this.
Yeah, rather than him having a change of heart, it might be something like, I see these flaws in this plan and I'm going to point them out because it's my job to sort of cover the same amount of material.
Sounds good. But ultimately, it's...
I'll drive.
Yeah.
And this is where it starts to hit the rails. So they are leaving, and things go boom.
Things go boom. Do you see much different happening here? I mean, obviously, this does rather mean that we have to address the kind of elephant in the room, don't we?
What's that?
Is Theo's outcome in this story the same as his outcome in Children of Men?
Ooh, I hadn't thought of that. That's an interesting question. This is Theo's journey. This is not Max's journey. And I think...
There is a poetic irony in it, isn't there? And that sense of self-sacrifice.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I suppose, poetically speaking, it should be that way. Because Theo is not Max. He is not the eternal enduring hero. He is the man in a dark situation doing dastardly deeds to get the job done.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't think I do either.
Very slight aside.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this, and tenuous as this is, we're probably going to sound, I do wonder if that whole thing in Children of Men about him having this kind of slight thing that he has with animals, he's really kind of inoffensive to them, is that supposed to be subtly saying that there is a touch of the divine? He is a martyr. His job is to be a martyr.
Oh! Very Hunter the Reckoning of you. Yes. Yes, I think he is a martyr. That's what I mean. He's not the eternal hero. He's a different kind of hero.
He will get the job done.
Yeah.
But at cost.
Yeah. Max is the eternal hero. He's Conan. He's every hero that's ever wandered out of the desert and helped people and then buggered off again.
Yes.
Into the darkness. That's not who Theo is. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like we would give him his due if we cheated other than that just because he's in a different narrative.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Oh, right. So, I mean, this is all going on rails, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from the very end. Sorry, I'll just put down here when Hugemongus gets killed. I've just written it down as Hugemongus Chunks.
Hugemongus Chunks. I just have goodbye.
I can't see it being any different. Again, we can play out, some of the fighting again on the rig itself. You have like the woman and things like that. A bit more to do, before they go down.
Yeah, I mean, because there's this unexplained, but it's kind of like hinted at in the original film. Like, there's that she hates him, but she becomes to respect him. I feel like if we can, especially because he's a martyr, if she sacrifices herself to save him specifically.
Yes. So what about...
So, like, for example, we could have Wes Pulp alongside with his, his arm shooters, and she swings down onto the side of the truck to shield the window, the driver's side window from his attack or something like that. So it's a deliberate sacrifice for Theo.
That's cool, because that's very close to what I was going to say myself. I was going to say somebody like that leaps up onto the side of the truck. He's like at the door.
Yeah, exactly.
And she jumps on him and they both...
Or that. Yeah, those are both good options.
Yeah, fantastic. But ultimately, Hugemongus gets taken out. We get the crash. The truck rolls over.
The sand comes out.
Yeah, and Theo crawls his way out of the wreck. I'm thinking it's almost a bit like the end of his journey in The Bourne Identity.
Oh gosh, you're going back a long ways, mate.
And he's just sat in the field and he's talking to Jason Bourne while he's bleeding out.
Look at this. Look at what they make you give.
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know the bit you mean.
Yeah. So it's a bit like that. He kind of climbs down, sees it's not fuel, that it's sand.
And I mean, I have to say, I want to say this. I feel like it's a nice touch that we should make it that he didn't know there was no fuel in the truck. Because it's like, he's this martyr, he's this ultimate martyr, and he's sacrificed himself for essentially nothing. It's so messed up and beautifully poetic.
But it also fits perfectly into this post-apocalyptic world that he's now living in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fantastic. One last thing that we need to deal with then.
What's that?
Is the epilogue by grown-up Feral Boy.
Right.
Because obviously we've had the beginning. I mean, we could have changed it, but we've had the beginning. But the end is we never saw him again. He doesn't know that in our version of events that he died.
Yeah. I don't know. We never saw him again, but I do know that the world has never once created one like him since, or something like that. Like his singular sacrifice. Like talk about his singular sacrifice.
What about then we could have, like while he sat there in his last few moments, Copter Man comes down and lands.
Oh, right.
So he knows.
To carry on the word.
He knows, but never tells anyone.
Oh, Copter Man. No, yeah, Copter Man. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. I like it.
Yay. Fantastic. And that, I think, is our movie.
I think that's our movie, yeah. I think we're done.
Brilliant. Wow.
Yeah.
And this was the easy one.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Fantastic. Well, come on, mate. We will be back next week with pictures as well as words.
Oh, yes. Pictures are good.
This time. Hopefully.
Please work.
It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Wah, 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 wah.
Until then, as always, everybody, please look after yourselves, look after one another, and take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.